You have about 30 seconds to get locked and loaded for an hour of high-powered talk with the Gunsmiths. The Gunsmiths are brought to you by Williams Gunsight Company, Michigan Lumber, Hicks Outdoors, Dick Williams Gun Shop, and Tri-County Roofing. Questions about what's new in the market, what your gun is worth, the latest laws and regulations? Call 810-743-8255. And now, your Gunsmiths, Jonathan and Jacob Smith.
Hey, everybody. Good morning. How are you? Hopefully good. Got a good show for you today. This is the Gunsmith Show, February 18th, 2017. It is absolutely gorgeous. I would say it's maybe even shorts weather out there right now. It's
yes,
very, very nice. For Michigan, February, it doesn't get any better than this. And this is just a start, folks. So we got a great week of weather coming at us. It's going to be nice and comfy. Looking forward to it and excited.
That's right.
Honestly. So I'm John.
I'm Jake.
And we are the Gunsmiths. So here to bring you the show. You can always reach us right here in the studio, 810-743-8255. We're here to talk guns. We got a family of knowledge, and we've been doing it I've been doing it my whole life. Jake, you've been doing it your whole life.
Whole life.
So we're here to talk guns with you. If you got something you want to discuss, gun values, problems with guns, we can walk you through it, help you, guide you through the right path of getting them fixed up for you. We have, as always, we dedicate the show to the sport and the passion, the way of life. It's guns here in America. We have a great time with them. We enjoy them. We're careful. We're studious. We try to do everything right and dot our I's and cross our T's and keep those suckers working good all the time. So, Jacob,
yes.
You have written a good show for us today. We got a
Before we get into
subject.
that,
yeah.
For the first time ever, we are streaming live on Facebook Live.
No way.
We are.
It's happening?
If you're on Facebook, check out the Gunsmith Show Facebook page.
Hey, good.
We're streaming live.
Morning. Well, good. All right. Well, hey, that's a good thing. You can also pick us up. You can send us emails. shooter@thegss.com. And Jake will get the email right on his phone, but he probably won't get it right now because he's the one videotaping this.
Yeah, I don't know if
Facebook.
that's going to really fly well, but you can always look. We have two people viewing. People viewing.
Good. Well, come on board, folks. Pick us up on Facebook.
Exactly.
The Gunsmith Show.
You can ask us questions right there, and we can answer them live instead of texting or emailing. You can just do it that way. So this week's show, because it's President's Day weekend, and last weekend was Lincoln's birthday, and we're going along those lines.
Are we?
We're going to talk about the guns of past presidents.
And
like presidential guns they've had.
Oh, yeah, I heard that
that
Obama was quite a gun guy.
He was.
Yeah, he had really a hankering for guns. Because I think he gives them out free in Chicago. I think so, but I'm not positive.
Well, they just go to Indiana and steal them.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think that's what they blame.
Oh, I thought they just delivered them to the kids there or something.
Like the dump truck backs up and dumps up a truckload
Maybe
of AKs.
Maybe the guns from Australia they brought in and dumped them.
It was those dump trucks full of AKs. He just dropped them at the elementary school. The kids took them like lollipops.
Well, hey. Well, that's just the problem.
But we're talking about personal guns of presidents all the way going back to Abe Lincoln.
Yes.
And some of the guns he was presented with, and all the way up to...
I was hoping you'd go back further, but you know what? Those weren't like name brands. They were custom-made guns.
Custom...
For, George and John.
Silver-handled flintlock dueling pistols.
Yeah.
That Jefferson and Washington and Harrison and Andrew Jackson had.
Yeah.
When you get into Lincoln is where you start to get the Henry rifles. Mm-hmm. And where those really... Now, don't get me wrong. Those old muzzle loaders and flintlocks are beautiful rifles.
They are stunning.
The artwork is something that really you do not see in many rifles today. However, Lincoln is where you first started getting the custom Henrys.
Yes.
So that's where we're going to start. 1863, I believe it was. But this segment of the show every week, we like to, it's brought to you by Hicks Outdoors in Clio.
Hicks Outdoors. And they happen to be having a President's Day sale this weekend. And you know what that means?
What does that mean?
They're picking up the tax on all sales. Did you know that?
Because they care about you.
They do. And Butch wants to see you in his store. So come on up and see Hicks Outdoors. It's on Linden Road, just south of Vienna.
Yes.
In Clio, Michigan. That's Clio, however you want to call it. Clio, Michigan, right across the street from the lovely Walmart.
Yes.
And what do you get there?
I'm more worried about Lucky's.
You got an outstanding barbershop, for one thing.
Yes.
You got safes. You got sporting goods of all natures.
I go nowhere else.
It's not a basketball place. It's not a place to go buy soccer balls.
There is no reason to go to a big box store for your fishing supplies.
No reason
Not
whatsoever.
when Hicks is closer.
Easier to shop in. You're supporting local families and better prices.
I was there 2 weeks ago.
Honestly, it's always been better prices there for bait and tackle.
And Mark was stocking up on their jig heads.
Yes.
And I just kind of laughed because it's cases of jig heads, and he's filling up pink, orange, green, glow in the dark. And it was like, this is how a small store like this, and I don't mean I mean small business,
Right.
should be doing. This is
Yeah.
what people need to come and experience. The shelves don't get stocked at night; they're stocked throughout the day.
Right.
When something's out or you want something special, they order it for you, and that's where they got into the gun market.
Yeah.
Their website, hicksoutdoors.net, is the source for every possible new gun. It's all through their distributor.
Well, you kind of went off the beaten path on today's gun of the week at hicksoutdoors.net.
You know, there's a line called the FN Military Collector Series.
Yeah.
FN as in Fabrique Nationale.
Nationale.
They own Browning, they own Winchester, they own it all. Well, FN, for some reason unbeknownst to me, has come out with a semi-auto version of a military classic called the M249.
Oh, that little pea shooter?
That belt-fed 100, 250 round belt-fed squad. It's a SAW,
Squad rifle.
automatic weapon.
Right.
Squad assault weapon. So the FNM 249S semi-auto 5.56 NATO rifle
Yes.
is on hicksoutdoors.net.
No way. I didn't even look last night.
I'm doubting they have one in the store.
No,
Although I'm sure
this will be an order only.
I am sure there's some good old boys in Montrose and Clio that would love this rifle.
Well, pretty much anywhere.
20.5-inch chrome-lined, cold hammer-forged barrel, black finish, ergonomic polymer stock. Since I really care about how I'm going to be shouldering, trust me, this rifle will be shot from the hip so many times. Disintegrating link belt-fed 223 rifle.
Right.
This is not your daddy's plinker.
This is serious business.
This is
quite a
serious.
gun.
This is Scarface business.
Plus.
Say hello to my big friend.
Yeah, Scarface on steroids. So as it goes, this is a very interesting piece, and it comes with, of course, a very interesting price tag.
Well, in all honesty, it is worth the same as probably a 2004 F-150, which is about the same price.
About the same horsepower?
About the same horsepower. Price at hicksoutdoors.net for your personal FN semi-auto M249.
Yes. How much?
$8,459.46.
All right. That's probably at the high end of the scale on their
Do they eat the tax on that too?
I don't know. I'm not going to ask
I'd have
them
to ask
I'm
them.
not going to ask them to. I doubt it. The sale they got in the store today is outstanding. So stop at hicksoutdoors.net. Have some fun. Tell them the Gunsmith Show said hi to them. I'm actually going to go get a dozen donuts later today from Donna's Donuts. So actually, it'll be 13. And I'm going to run them all the way up there and
there you go.
Give the boys something sweet to eat. So there you go. Great guys. They'll take care of you. hicksoutdoors.net. Check it out. They got wonderful prices. You can order your guns, pick them up a few days later, and just do the federal paperwork while you're right there. And you'll be surprised. And they are a Kimber signature dealer.
That's right.
So it's all good, folks. It's all good. They got good stuff there at hicksoutdoors.net. Now, because it is President's Day weekend, this whole President's Day theme today is going to be kind of fun with the show. I'm excited about it, to be honest with you. I am. This is nice.
Good.
Talk about, these
are one-of-a-kind guns.
And I like talking about our leaders of the past that were, pretty good, authentic people. You know what I mean? That did the right thing. They did everything the way they were supposed to do. They were good gentlemen. They weren't all perfect. Nobody's perfect. But the cool guns that these manufacturers gifted to our presidents, the Weatherbys. You always see the picture of John Wayne with his Weatherby, but then you see Charlton Heston with his, and you realize that Kennedy and Eisenhower and all these guys. There's going to be some cool stuff to talk about today, so I'm excited about it. All right, how are we doing time-wise? We still got a few minutes. Now, as far as what's been going on, we got a chance to shoot some skeet last weekend.
We sure did.
gave it a good run. We got 3 rounds of skeet in, had a good time, enjoying
Our first time shooting in 4 months.
skeet. Yes,
Yes.
4 or 5 months. I think it was October was our last
Get
round.
back into the hang of it. Get that shoulder
I
working
was
for it.
doing a little Ben Gay action on the shoulder this weekend, this week. But I'm better now. Things are going fine. Looking forward to it. Matter of fact, as nice as the weather was, I was going, this afternoon might be a good day to get a couple rounds of skeet in. But, I even saw Flushing Valley Golf Course is open today. It was open yesterday.
Walking only.
Walking only because they don't want to tear it up with carts. But the river's got fishermen all over it. Walleyes are going to be deep. And looking forward to that. One never knows what you're going to catch in the Flint River.
It's just
bald
a hype.
eagles flying all over the place.
Just a hype. There's no walleye in that river.
There's no walleye in that river? You sure?
I've never seen one. But anyways,
They're there. And other than that, we did a little bit of reloading, not much. You did get a deal on some 38 Supers from a friend this week.
I did. Good friend of ours in Flushing, Rich, set me up with some 38 Supers.
Yes.
Classic nickel plated.
Yeah, full metal jacket, 38 Supers. He had them sitting around, and he goes, Jake, you could probably use these. So we're doing a little swap and trade, and that's always fun.
Swapping's good because it's really, there's stuff I might have access of, and he's got things he's got excess
sure.
of.
Barter.
Why not? Why not barter
You're
it?
bartering. And Rich also does, just so you know, our good friend Rich out there, and he's the one that puts those CPL class signs around the Pearson Road area and Clio, and great, very individualized CPL classes. If you want to do one that is nice and calm and relaxing and not real hyped up, he's just a great mentality for it. If you need to get a hold of him, just get a hold of us. We'll give you his number. Our number here in the studio, 743-8255. Let's go ahead and go to commercial break. When we come back, we're going to start getting into President's Day weekend show. So
That's right.
Hang on tight. We'll be right back with more of the Gunsmith Show.
Once you get that tax refund, make Williams Gunsight in Davison your first stop. They've got over 5,000 new and used firearms at the lowest prices. Plus, be sure to check out the newly remodeled 25,000 square foot retail facility and state-of-the-art indoor firing range. Also, don't forget they offer CPL classes, basic and advanced firearm classes on a weekly basis. Williams Gunsight, located in Davison at the corner of Irish and Lapeer Roads. Check them out at williamsgunsight.com.
In 1971, Tri-County Roofing opened their doors and have become Genesee County's premier roofing contractor, serving all of Michigan. Chances are you've been under a Tri-County roof. You just didn't know it. So if your commercial building is in need of a new roof or just repairs, give Tri-County Roofing a call today at 810-732-7740. Tri-County Roofing is used and trusted by the state of Michigan. Dozens of school districts, churches, and businesses just like yours. Call Tri-County Roofing today at 810-732-7740. Tri-County Roofing, where integrity starts at the top.
Attorney Timothy J. Cassidy is the pro-gun attorney that we here at the Gunsmith Show use.
With more than 20 years of experience as a prosecuting attorney, law professor, and holding a past seat on the Genesee County Gun Board,
Tim Cassidy is your pro-gun attorney.
contact Attorney Cassidy today at 810-569-5441 or email him at attorneycassidy@gmail.com.
The folks at Williams Gunsight in Davison want you to stop in and check out their state-of-the-art indoor shooting range for rifles and pistols. There you can hone your shooting skills while in a warm, comfortable, and safe environment. Don't forget, they have weekly training classes, multiple shooting leagues, and seriously, an amazing selection of rental guns and the best tactical guns and gear in Michigan. They're open 7 days a week, and you'll find them on Lapeer Road at Irish in Davison. Go to williamsgunsight.com for more info.
And now back to the Gunsmiths.
During the break, we were discussing CPL classes, and you know that it's kind of an intimate thing when you're doing a CPL class. You want to be comfortable, you want to be well informed, and we got a good friend going through it this weekend out at Williams Gunsight, and he is.
They have guns for him to rent.
Last Sunday, we took him shooting.
Yes.
And he did really good. We let him shoot, I think, 9 different guns.
Yep.
And proficient quickly with everything he shot. Did really good. Never fired a handgun before. So we walked him through the whole process. We spent about 2.5 hours at Flushing Rifle and Pistol Club with him and really had a good interaction with him as far as guns wise. And today he's taking his classes at Williams Gun Sight with
Exactly.
Jeff Swartek. He's doing a great job out there. Jeff does classes like every week. Either Jeff or Kevin do, and they do a great job. And we're excited for him. He's really getting into it, and he's one of our. He works here at the radio station. Good guy, and looking forward to it. So you can always sign up for those classes. And CPL class. CPL stands for Concealed Pistol License. You can always sign up for them at Williams Gun Sight. Or if you're looking for more of an individual class, more individualized, you can get a hold of Rich. I'll go ahead and give Rich his phone number. 638-5921. That's 810-638-5921. That's Rich Reimer, and he'll take care of you. All right? Now, back to the Gunsmith Show.
Yes.
Our number here in the studio, 743-8255. The phone lines are not lit up. If you have any questions concerning guns or anything gun-related. Jake, you just gave me a story, though, I didn't like. You had a President's Day.
It happens all the time for us because we're a gun-related event on Facebook.
Yes.
Every time we do an ad to promote a show, there's always going to be a picture of a gun somewhere.
Some weak
We're not
decided
trying
not
to
to let us
sell
on.
guns. We're not promoting illegal sales. We're not doing anything like that. It's simply a picture of our past presidents with rifles in their hands, and our ad was not approved with Facebook because it promoted the sale and illegal use of firearms.
Is that right?
So
I've never promoted the illegal use of firearms
I
in
know.
any way, shape, or form.
I know, but that is what Facebook is claiming, so that affects us negatively. But anyway, so we rely on you, the listener, to go to our Facebook page,
Okay.
The Gunsmith Show, 4 words. Like us on Facebook. We're live right now on Facebook as well, so you can
Yes.
watch us there.
All right, and I want to say this segment of the show brought to you by Tri-County Roofing, where
That's right.
integrity starts at the top. Our good friends Tom and Tim, we took them out shooting with their wives just a couple weeks ago. We had a great time with them. Got a chance to put maybe, 300-400 rounds down range. I would think so.
Yeah, all
plus-
different.
plus
Same thing,
22s.
though, too. We need to keep just a box of these guns at the ready because every time we go to the range, we take the same 6 guns for people to try.
Right.
We
It's
take
the ones people want to.
We take the same 4-inch 38 special revolver. We take the same 1911. We take the same other 3
Glocks.
Glocks and
Walthers.
Walthers and SIG and whatever
Yeah.
it is. Try them all.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather you try something and say, I don't like it,
Right.
than you buy a gun. And we all have done this. Bought a gun, shot it a couple times. Gosh,
Well, not everybody. Some people buy guns and hang on to them forever, whether they ever shoot them or not. Then that happens.
it happens. Well,
happens.
and what I'm saying is there's guns I've bought that I've shot them and thought, I don't like this gun.
Right. I think my dad kind of had it right. He had 3. All 3 Colts, a 22, a 38, and a 45.
That's all you need.
It is. I mean, and that was kind of his simplicity that worked. And he bought the best he could afford, which was Colt, and he bought them in the 60s. The 22 was beautiful, nickel-plated, and he called it his little sweetheart
Why didn't he get a nickel-plated 45?
because he wasn't that type of guy.
He should have been.
Pearl grips.
Exactly.
My dad was not a pimp from Chicago. Okay? No, but he had he had a real GI issue 45, just a beautiful Colt though, and the point is, he picked what he wanted, and it worked quite well. You know what I mean?
Right.
Quite well. So it's all good. You pick out the right guns, and if you're happy with what you got, be content. You don't have to go on buying sprees.
No.
We don't all have to be like Jacob.
Whoa. Don't call me out on this. Don't. I'm going into help for this right now, just to let you know.
Is that help for this? What do you therapy
It's
later?
a joke. It's a joke.
Therapy? Carrying one of those coins in your pocket?
Therapy at Williams.
Every time you
Yes.
think about buying a gun, you got to rub the coin?
Yeah. Therapy at Williams. They let you hold the guns. They just won't let you buy it.
All right.
You're cut off.
Tri-County Roofing. Integrity starts at the top. They are the sponsor of this show. And you can get a hold of Tri-County Roofing for any of your commercial roofing needs. 810-732-7740. Like the commercial says, you might not even realize it, but you've been under a Tri-County roof before.
Yes.
So, lots of churches and businesses all over the county. So glad to have them on board as a sponsor of this show. And thanks, Tim and Tom and their families for working with us. All right, the guns of President's Day. This is President's Day weekend. It's a 4-day weekend for some folks. It's that midwinter break deal. If you were planning on going skiing, better. I don't know if the boat's warmed up enough. You might, while you're skiing, you might hit some icebergs. But I'm talking about water skiing, of course. I don't know about Shush Mountain or anything like that, but I'm telling you what, right now, I would think that it's probably going to be a warm day on the ski slopes.
A little soggy.
A little soggy. Yeah.
The mud slopes are open.
Yes, the mud slopes.
But anyways,
are
back to the show. President's Day weekend, almost, I'm going to say this very loosely, basically almost every president has had firearms.
Yeah.
Basically, that's the way it goes.
And some have been shot with them.
And up until, well, I would say up until the late 1800s, though, they were personal. This was the gun that, this was my personal sidearm.
Right.
That the president would still carry. And then after that, things got a little more political and gifts started happening.
Well, and the Secret Service was there to protect after, after Lincoln and everything pretty darn heavy.
Jackson wasn't doing duels in the, Kennedy wasn't doing duels in the West Lawn or the, whatever it is, the West, what is that called? The South Lawn.
I think duels for Kennedy was maybe too.
Don't say it.
Don't
say it.
Too high class French women. Maybe I don't know. But anyways,
think Kennedy's duels were different than everybody else's.
Yeah. So anyways, no, probably not.
Anyways, so the first one really is we're going to start with Abraham Lincoln.
All right.
August of 1863, Abraham Lincoln met with Spencer from Spencer Rifles, the repeating rifle,
cool rifles.
The tube and the buttstock held the rest of the ammo.
Yep.
And
Very
anyways,
cool.
They met on the South Lawn and tested his new Spencer rifle. Imagine a president doing that today, shooting on the South Lawn.
White House down.
Yeah. Spencer reported that the president was an excellent shot, and he hoped to make the president like his rifle better than before. When it first came out, Lincoln kind of did a scathing review of the rifle.
Really?
Didn't like it. It was ugly, was not accurate. And then he brought back a refined one for the president to shoot and say, listen, you need to shoot this one and to give an honest opinion.
His first gunsmith show? That's
what his first gunsmith show.
Yeah.
Also, a Henry rifle. Abraham Lincoln was presented with Henry rifle serial number 6.
Really?
That's a 1-digit, 6. As a fully engraved, gold-plated receivered rifle, and it was one of his, pride and joy type of things. However, this gun was it's still around.
Yeah.
It actually received the first NRA National Treasure Gold Medal Award, marking it as the finest made, most historically significant firearm in the country.
Really?
Who knew?
Where's it at?
In a museum somewhere.
Don't know where?
I couldn't find where it was at.
Huh. Pretty interesting.
Think about it. That's a very...
What a
finest made, most historically significant firearm in the country.
Well, it's got to... You didn't see it at the NRA Museum in Washington? It doesn't. You didn't jump out at you.
It didn't jump out at me.
Right.
It might have been at the one in
Missouri.
But I don't remember.
I wouldn't think it'd be at Cody.
Cody's nothing to do with the NRA.
Right. So it might be out at NRA in New Mexico.
I don't know.
Whittington Center?
I don't know.
We'll find out where it's at because I'd like to see it.
The next one, Grover Cleveland.
Grover? Oh,
Hornswoggle. Anyways.
He's a big man. He was a big man.
He needed a big gun.
Big gun? I don't know if he needed this big of a gun.
Well,
but he had a big one.
He had a Colt.
Yes.
He had a Colt 8-gauge side-by-side shotgun. In fact, it's the only 8-gauge ever produced in that model from Colt.
We did get a chance to look at this one.
This is a big gun.
Yes, it is a big shotgun. Gauge. I don't even know if they call it a shotgun. It's a side-by-side 8-gauge. So it's like 2 tree trunks. It's huge. It is a big gun.
I believe 8 gauges are actually now illegal.
I believe so.
I think anything larger than a 10 gauge
right.
Is illegal because it's considered, you kill too many birds.
Weapons of
That's the worry.
Destruction.
Because the 4 gauges were made, you'd shoot one and kill 20 ducks in Chesapeake Bay, and they tried to stop that.
Right. The punt guns and all that kind
exactly.
of craziness. Well, this thing was the only 8-gauge ever produced at the Colt from Colt. So
in that side-by-side.
So quite a gun. It is on display at Bass Pro Shops at the NRA Museum in Springfield, Missouri.
It is. And now it's got 18-karat gold inlays and his name on the trigger guard.
Yeah.
I actually did find a picture of this. It might be one of the ones I put on our page, but it's him standing in a duck marsh shooting this gun. This gun is huge in his hands.
Yeah, it's a big gun. I mean, I remember looking at it going, "Oh, somebody carried that." Hop Sing.
Yeah, there was somebody that carried it to the blind for him.
Probably it'd take the boat down. So now Teddy Roosevelt, and a whole different story here. Teddy was the gun aficionado of all of our presidents. I don't think there was probably ever anybody in our history of this country that did more for gun ownership. Maybe 1871-ish, but was starting the NRA and all that. But because of, was it Andrew Jackson? Who followed Lincoln?
Jackson did. Yeah.
And I believe he was instrumental in starting the NRA. But
and after him was Grant. Grant was also president of the NRA.
Right. So the whole thing is Teddy did so much for guns and hunting.
He was probably the largest promoter of guns.
Yes, and probably the best gun. Well, other than Obama, he probably sold more guns than anybody else because you got to think about what he did for Winchester back in the day.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So he has a really big history with Winchester rifles. His first models were model 1876s. Mm-hmm. He custom ordered those when he was 22 years old.
Really?
Custom ordered them.
Now, what did his dad do? You remember what he did to have money?
No idea. He was a businessman. That's all I know.
I don't remember what Roosevelt's dad did. But anyways, so at 22 years old, he ordered these rifles.
Now, so from being 22 years old, he ordered his first ones, and he ordered his last ones when he was 60.
So I still got a few years before I got to order mine.
These are, yes,
if I'm trying to resemble
Teddy
Roosevelt.
So he ordered his first ones in 1881. He was 22 years old. He ordered a pair of consecutive model 1876s.
Yeah.
In the caliber 50-95.
That's a thumper. That's a big caliber.
And as he described them, it resembled what every rifle should have. And this is kind of his little, this is what a rifle needs to have to be a real rifle. Half octagon, half round barrel. Very classy.
Oh, yeah.
Deluxe checkered stocks. And a case-hardened receiver.
Must have been beautiful.
He also recommended metal shotgun butt plates on these rifles.
Why?
I don't know. Well, probably they didn't have rubber back then.
True, but they must have had something.
I don't know.
Put a small rabbit there.
A small rabbit.
Tape that rabbit to my shoulder before I fight his rifle.
So, actually, one of his most historic gifts was that to the governor of Cuba, Leonard Wood, which makes sense. I didn't realize
Fort Leonard Wood
was actually named after the governor of Cuba. December 29th, 1899, he delivered a custom model 1895 rifle to Governor Leonard Wood.
That's awesome.
And that's actually one of his most historically significant gifts. However, you cannot talk about Roosevelt without mentioning what he did in Africa and how his Winchester 1895s in 405 Winchester and 3003, because that was like the prerequisite to 30-06s.
Yeah.
Those two calibers really did most of the work for him in Africa. He had some double rifles.
I bet
he
he
used
did.
them on elephants.
With a 405, a 405 would probably do the trick on an elephant anyway, but he must have something bigger. He must have had a nitro or something.
He did. He had a double rifle.
Yeah.
So
seems like that was on display at
it was
Springfield as well.
It is. There's a whole room there at
600,
Springfield.
500 nitro?
I think 500.
Or 400, 450 Nitro Express, something like that is what he carried.
Which, if you think about it, a 400, 450 is just a 405 on steroids.
Yeah.
Really.
And it's side by side, so you got your second shot immediately after your back.
But if you ever get down to Springfield, Missouri, they have an entire, at the Bass Pro Shops there, they have the National Sporting Arms Museum.
Beautiful place.
Where they have a whole Teddy Roosevelt room.
You'll be amazed. The finest staircase I've ever walked up in my entire life. Every baluster, every single baluster was a muzzleloader, a flintlock muzzleloader. Absolutely stunning. And you'd be amazed at the beauty, the walnut walls, the guns. Just amazing. Just amazing.
Roosevelt actually wrote about 30 books. Most of them before he was president.
Really?
About hunting and shooting and guns. So it certainly got his name out there. So an interesting read, if you ever want it, is do a little research on what Roosevelt had for guns and what he shot and why he promoted them. Mm-hmm. And he actually had a custom model 1895 fitted with a Maxim silencer that he... oh, no, I'm sorry. He had an 1894 in 3030 fitted with a silencer that he used for varmints in his New York house. He didn't want to wake the neighbor, so he had a custom silencer made for his 3030
That's amazing.
that he would use to dispatch varmints.
I bet he did. All right. Well, let's go to commercial break, Jake. Let's take a break. Steven, you want to take us away? We'll be back with more of the Gunsmith Show in just a minute, so hang on tight. When we come back, we're going to talk about more guns for presidents, but in the 1900s.
Yes,
time.
1900s.
All right, we'll be right back. Hang on.
In 1971, Tri-County Roofing opened their doors and have become Genesee County's premier roofing contractor, serving all of Michigan. Chances are you've been under a Tri-County roof. You just didn't know it. So if your commercial building is in need of a new roof or just repairs, give Tri-County Roofing a call today at 810-732-7740. Tri-County Roofing is used and trusted by the state of Michigan. Dozens of school districts, churches, and businesses just like yours. Call Tri-County Roofing today at 810-732-7740. Tri-County Roofing, where integrity starts at the top.
The folks at Williams Gunsight in Davison want you to stop in and check out their state-of-the-art indoor shooting range for rifles and pistols. There you can hone your shooting skills while in a warm, comfortable, and safe environment. Don't forget, they have weekly training classes, multiple shooting leagues, and seriously, an amazing selection of rental guns and the best tactical guns and gear in Michigan. They're open 7 days a week, and you'll find them on Lapeer Road at Irish in Davison. Go to WilliamsGunsight.com for more info.
If you want your home to feel sound when you are not around, call Pal Alarm. To protect your safekeepings and stop anyone from peeking, call Pal Alarm. When the house gets locked down so you can get out of town, call Pal Alarm. Give Pal Alarm a call today at 810-908-8298. That's 810-908-8298 or palalarm.com.
And now back to the Gunsmiths.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Gunsmith Show. Today, the 18th of February.
Yes.
It's going to be 60-some degrees today. They're
Yes.
saying we could break the record. So, outstanding. Sorry for your ice fishermen. It is skeet and trap season. So, and it's probably a good time to wear, maybe put the galoshes on and go to the outdoor range and have some fun. But it's always indoor range season.
Oh, it's
So,
always.
It's always.
it's all perfectly legal.
Perfectly legal. So we were messing around during the break, playing with the camera angles on our Facebook Live. We are live on Facebook. Well, we're about 30 seconds behind on Facebook because there is a delay.
Kinda live.
Kind of live? Well, we're somewhat live. This is not a tremendously
Double
physical
live
show,
Gonzo.
though. We're just, no. This is not Double Live Gonzo. We are not rock gods. We are just here to talk about guns.
Got to play the part, play the drums.
That's okay. That's okay. He's just having fun being on a camera. I guess we should just tell him it's on all the time. But anyways, phone lines are open. And right here, our number in the studio is 810-743-8255. And welcome back. This segment of the show is brought to you by Dick Williams Gun Shop since 1967 in Bridgeport, Michigan, or Spalding Township, as
Yes.
we've been corrected so many times. Spalding, they're right behind the Spalding Township Fire Department, just off M13, about 10 minutes south of Saginaw, down of maybe 15 minutes south of Fashion Square Mall. Real easy to get to. It's a nice drive, beautiful day for a drive. So stop up and see them. They are your Freedom Group warranty station. Freedom Group is Remington, Marlin, H&R, DPMS, and Bushmaster. And I'm going to tell you something.
Tell us.
The quality of guns we're seeing now.
Yes.
When they first did this whole thing, I thought we were doomed with H&R and Remington and Marlin because the quality just, to me, diminished terribly. They've started looking a lot better, I think. What do you think?
I think so. Marlin's even opened up a custom shop again.
The fit and finish on the Marlins is so much better than it was those first couple of years of this disastrous buyout. But of course, they own DPMS and Bushmaster.
Plus, they bought Para-Ordnance.
Yeah, they bought
Remington
Para-Ordnance.
1911s are only there because they bought Para-Ordnance.
You
I
sure?
don't know how to say that any more clearly.
You're sure?
They bought Para-Ordnance, and now they have Remington 1911s. So, anyways,
Well, they're doing a beautiful job on them,
still
too.
makes guns. Don't worry. But it's like, well, anyways.
Good
I'm
stuff.
surprised the Marlins don't actually say Remington on them.
Yeah. Well,
Though they're marked
I was-
REMs on the barrels.
I
but-
was at a gun shop just the other day, and good friend Matt, I will just say Matt with long hair, and I were looking over the new Marlins, and he was amazed. Let me show you this, and he wants to go over the fit, the finish. He said this is like old school Marlin. He says we're getting them back, and he says might even be better. So pretty impressive.
Good.
Pretty impressive. All right, so we are back though. We're here to talk. Oh, you can reach. I didn't give the number for the. You give them the number for the gun shop.
If you want to call Dick Williams, talk to Doug and the crew, their number is 989-777-1240.
Very good.
Again, that's 989-777-1240.
Step up and see him.
We're talking about the guns of presidents.
Yes.
So the next one down the line, Eisenhower. Dwight Eisenhower had his share of military experience with firearms, 5-star general, Supreme Allied leader, commander, everything like that. He fired Patton. Anyways.
Politics. Politics.
But when he returned,
Bigly into politics.
when he returned from that military experience, and even while he was president, he had a farm or a ranch in Pennsylvania that was known to be a prime pheasant farm.
Really.
He was a large hunter of pheasants and other birds of the
It
sort.
was the gentleman's sport of the day.
It was. And actually, he enjoyed shooting so much, he had a skeet field installed just off his back porch.
Who doesn't? Everybody's got a skeet field in
If
their
I
backyard.
had
we just don't use them very
a
much.
ranch of the sorts they're describing, why not? You got Secret Service. Have them pull for you. That's what they do. They do what they're told to do.
You
right?
think so?
Well, who else is going to pull for
Would
the
they
president?
tell him no?
No, they wouldn't tell
Exactly.
him no.
Exactly.
So
All right, so
anyways,
what did he have? His favorite gun?
One of his favorite guns, he had a Winchester Model 21 side-by-side in 20 gauge.
Fabulous gun. That was the gentleman's gun of the 50s. Outstanding workmanship, beautiful guns. A 20 gauge side by side in a Model 21.
It's still perfect today.
Oh, I couldn't imagine. What a find!
Inscribed in gold.
If
Now,
you've got
we
one in
saw
your garage
this.
sale, save it for me, would you? Because I want to buy it.
We saw this at the museum in Missouri.
Yep.
Inscribed in gold on the receiver and the trigger guard is DDE, his initials.
I thought it was my high school
No.
report card.
And
D,
also
a
on
D, and E.
the side of the receiver
5
is
stars.
the 5-star rank. So
Yeah, it was a beautiful shotgun.
just literally months after he passed away in 1969, a black limo pulled up in front of the NRA headquarters, and his wife had this gun in its case. And one of his last requests was that this gun be given to the NRA to be used in a museum.
Good.
So she had Secret Service bring this rifle in and present it to the NRA,
Outstanding.
and it's been in their possession ever since.
That thing's got to be worth at
Well, it's-
least
it's-
$100 grand,
it's-
150 grand.
How do I say? You probably could not put a price on it
Yeah.
because it was a gift. I mean,
That literally could go for $1 million.
a good
you know?
Model 21 will go for $2,000-3,000.
That's a bare bones one.
That's what I'm saying.
A high end one is 14, 15.
And a presidential Model 21, no,
unbelievable.
There's no price you could probably put on it. I
Right.
would say well over $150,000 to $250,000.
Pretty amazing.
And I'm going to tell you why here. Kennedy, the next president after Eisenhower, also a gun guy. In fact, he shot with Eisenhower at his skeet fields. He would go to meet Eisenhower for advice on his ranch.
yes.
Now, while he was a senator, he purchased an M1 Garand, and it cost him $169.
$169.
Back in the late 50s, he bought an M1 Garand from
Yeah.
the precursor to the CMP. Now, they made sure because it was for a senator, it had a perfect stock. It was basically brand new for him.
Mm-hmm.
Why I think that Model 21 would go for more. That M1 Garand sold at auction recently for $149,000.
Wow.
There's
That's a lot of money. 149 G's
For
for an
it.
M1 Garand. I wonder if it says anything about him on it or if it just has the documentation. Probably just the
It came from the
documentation.
government, so there's documentation showing who it was shipped to and why it was shipped to him.
That's pretty amazing. Good story.
He
Anything
had-
involving
and actually there was a
Kennedys are
right.
always big news.
with the Kennedys. He actually would invite, because of Lawford and all his buddies, David Niven was a good friend of the president, and they would go and shoot skeet and trap at Camp David.
See how small they could trim their mustaches.
But anyways, they had a skeet and trap range at Camp David.
I heard when David Niven walked into a room, they automatically played the Pink Panther music.
No.
He was the original.
I know.
But anyways,
For years, though, guns have also been given as gifts to the presidents from different companies. Like we mentioned with Weatherby.
Some wives give husbands gifts too, but I've never got a gun as a gift from my wife.
You've given your wife a gun as gifts.
Yeah, that
and then in
backfired.
turn comes back
it
to
didn't
you.
Literally backfire, but yeah. So, anyways.
Most Trump was given. Well, I shouldn't say he wasn't given, but Cabot Arms made a custom gold Trump 1911.
Oh, no kidding! I didn't even see it yet. I got to go to Cabot Arms.
I don't know if it's been given to him or not, but they're building this gun.
That's cool.
George Bush received a $14,000 shotgun from Weatherby.
Well, of course he did.
I wouldn't turn it down.
I'm surprised they didn't give him an AR-10. All right, I'm talking about the airplane. What's it called? The tank blaster. What's that?
A-10 Warthog?
A-10 Warthog. Yeah. Somebody just give him he was the president when that A-10 just kicked
the
mountains of
last
butt.
George Bush.
43.
George
I'm
W.
talking
Bush.
about- I was thinking of 43.
41?
43.
You're anyways. George W. Bush received
Okay.
this shotgun.
Okay, good.
All right.
And that's good enough for him then.
President Truman
I liked him, but not as
received.
much as the second one.
This is the second one. This is the second.
What was the first one?
H.W. Bush.
H.W. Bush was what, 40?
41.
39.
President, he was 41.
He was 41.
Jeez,
okay.
we're not talking about presidents here.
Okay, fine. Don't talk about him anymore. I'm sick of this.
President Truman
Let's
received
talk about president's
Stop
wives.
for a second. President Truman received a gift from the president of Colt.
Yes.
In 1947.
Harry S.?
Yes.
Gotcha on that one.
He received a model 1911 and a Colt officer model
Yes.
in fine, highly engraved presentation models given to Truman from Colt.
Nice.
Colt also gave a new Frontier revolver in .45 Colt to Kennedy. However, never received it. And actually, there's a lot of guns when you go to museums that were given to Kennedy or being made for him, and he never got them.
Too bad.
Reagan.
I think they were thinking long term with Kennedy, thinking he'd be there for 8 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But unfortunately cut short.
Reagan and Nixon actually both received single action armories.
Single action
Army revolvers from Colt.
Right. That used to be the thing. That was the exclusive gift, was a custom single action army SAA 45 long Colt or a different caliber.
So
some were 4440.
Nixon and
38s.
Reagan both received these guns.
Right.
However, they never actually received them. Colt made them for the presidents, and then they were quickly put in the museum.
Really?
Like, we made this in your honor. It's going to go to this museum.
Interesting.
And you talk about interesting. This is our last gun for the presidents.
Mm-hmm.
One of I think would be the most interesting. Bush,
George, the younger George,
41.
41. Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for the clarification.
Okay.
I just got confused. I have not had enough coffee this morning. But anyway,
Bush the younger, the most recent one.
Desert Storm Bush.
No.
Desert. What's the name of that? Operation Desert Storm.
Enduring Freedom Bush.
That's what it was. Thank you.
Anyways, what was presented to him, and it's actually at his presidential museum in Texas,
Yeah.
is the Glock 18
Oh, just a little selective fire Glock.
that was found on Saddam Hussein when they captured him.
Really?
Yes.
Where do you have that hid?
No.
Last I see him, they drug him out of a hole.
That's what they found him in. Yeah, it was
Wow.
like a little cave. Anyways, it was presented to him to be used in his library, and it's the actual Glock 18 found on Saddam Hussein when they captured him.
Wow.
So anyways, some of the presidential guns, if you've been to some of the museums, you'll see their lever actions, their hunting rifles, stuff like that. You've all seen the pictures like we had talked about earlier, the Mark V Weatherby's given to so-and-so, and all of those. Elvis Presley gave Nixon a 1911.
Really?
In
I've
hopes
seen
that
that
he would
picture.
he wanted to become a
Yeah, he
honorary
wanted-
law enforcement FBI agent or something.
He wanted something.
something. Erase the tapes with Elvis's voice on them. I don't know.
I don't know.
But anyways,
Interesting.
those are some of the presidential guns for this presidential weekend.
All right. All in remembrance that there's a big
President's Day.
presidential sale going on at just about every gun shop around.
Yep.
So get to any of them. Stay local. Shop local. Stay out of those big box stores. Spend money locally. That's what we want you to do. All right. Well, let's go to commercial break. We'll be back with more on the Gunsmith Show. When we come back, we're going to discuss just a little highlights from last weekend and what's going on at Williams Gunsight and WilliamsGunsight.com. So hang on. We'll be right back with more of the Gunsmith Show.
If you want your home to feel sound when you are not around, call Pal Alarm. To protect your safekeepings and stop anyone from peeking, call Pal Alarm. When the house gets locked down so you can get out of town, call Pal Alarm. Give Pal Alarm a call today at 810-908-8298. That's 810-908-8298 or palalarm.com.
Attorney Timothy J. Cassidy is the pro-gun attorney that we here at the Gunsmith Show use.
With more than 20 years of experience as a prosecuting attorney, law professor, and holding a past seat on the Genesee County Gun Board,
Tim Cassidy is your pro-gun attorney.
contact Attorney Cassidy today at 810-569-5441 or email him at attorneycassidy@gmail.com.
The folks at Williams Gunsight in Davison want you to stop in and check out their state-of-the-art indoor shooting range for rifles and pistols. There you can hone your shooting skills while in a warm, comfortable, and safe environment. Don't forget, they have weekly training classes, multiple shooting leagues, and seriously, an amazing selection of rental guns and the best tactical guns and gear in Michigan. They're open 7 days a week, and you'll find them on Lapeer Road at Irish in Davison. Go to WilliamsGunsight.com for more info.
And now back to the Gunsmiths.
Welcome back, everybody. Our number here in the studio, 743-8255. That's 810-743-8255. If you're listening to us from a long ways away, feel free to use our toll-free number, which is 866-533-1530.
Yes.
All right, now we are here live in the studio. Jacob's got us set up on Facebook Live so you can actually see a video of us. We're running about 20 seconds behind, so it might be a little confusing. Not a very exciting shot.
Actually,
this is
though,
just our first try.
Actually, it's going to be perfectly dead on because by the time, because of the delay in radio plus the delay in that,
Could be.
it'll be like watching a Spanish movie with English subtext.
Yeah, it'll just be slightly confusing.
Or like watching Godzilla when the mouth moves just a little bit faster than the voices do.
Gazira.
However they do that magic, I don't know.
I don't know.
But anyways,
It is magical.
that crazy magic.
All right, now
All right.
that
Anyways,
voodoo that you do. So
it comes to
it
the
is
time of the show.
This time of the show, every week, we talk about the 5 used guns from WilliamsGunsight.com. Now, there's a lot more than 5.
We need a little bit of an intro to this. I want to get the part from.
It should be like the Magnificent 7 music, but it should be the Magnificent 5.
We could do that.
You've picked 5 really, really nice guns too, so I'm pretty excited about this. You have picked
Would you
5
expect?
guns that I would gladly do some horse swapping and trading to get these.
Have I ever picked?
Oh,
5
you've
bad
picked some
guns?
losers, pal. You have picked some losers.
That's really.
But
Thanks,
no,
Dad.
No, I'm kidding. You've done really well with this. And but anyways, go to WilliamsGunsight.com. It's a website. Okay, Williams, of course, proudly sponsors this show. They have from day one, which is over 4 years. This is what is this show number 201?
202.
202. Okay. Now, Jake picks 5 guns in a week. Sometimes I pick them. He picked them this week, and I tell you what, all of them are great guns. So let's start with number 1.
Number 1. These are unused. The used website at WilliamsGunsight.com.
Okay.
Check them out on there. Number 1. Do you want to do it or want me to?
Let me do it.
All
This
right.
because I love this gun. This is a Browning 725. So it's one of their high-end over and under shotguns that is an outstanding gun.
If you want it
is-
side by side, just shoot it sideways.
yeah, GAC style. But anyway, no, the point is this is a beautiful gun. 3-inch chamber, 32-inch ported barrels. It's got beautiful,
Chokes and
it's got choke tubes, box, manual, This is a 20 gauge over and under. It just doesn't get any.
It's all you
classier
really
than this.
need.
Yeah, if you're careful, this is all you need. This gun, and these are normally quite expensive. I actually looked at this one a couple days ago. It is stunning, $2,295. A lot of people spend over $3,000 on these 725s.
That's less. That's a lot less than it would be new.
Oh yeah, this is a beautiful gun too. It is a keeper for sure. Jacob, Marlin Man 44.
Number 2.
Tell me about number 2 gun.
Number 2, we've got a Marlin 1894 CB. This is your Cowboy Limited 44 Magnum.
Right.
24-inch octagon barrel, crescent butt plate. Just your classic. If you're in the single action shooting society, or if you just want a fun gun that's classic.
Great gun. You can shoot 44 specials in this thing too. Make it a plinker.
And if this doesn't
Or
already,
you can go bear hunting with it if you want.
If this doesn't already, you could even get that trigger, those trigger sets we put in ours,
Yeah.
short stroke it. What a
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
Anyways, price on this 44 Magnum Marlin Cowboy Limited, $895.
Outstanding. Quite a gun. All right, here's another one. Now, anytime you mention the word SIG and the word TAC Ops,
You start to have a little bit of drool form.
I start to drool. My fingers tremble a little bit because absolutely love the TAC Ops line from SIG.
Yes.
They are, the serrations are a little tighter. The fit and feel is a little better. Comes with multiple magazines fitted to the gun. Comes in what's called a TAC pack usually. This is
you've got to
SIG.
say a different TAC pack.
No, I don't want to say it like
comes
that.
with a TAC pack.
TAC pack.
And I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Super cool. Anyways, this is SIG 227 in 45 ACP.
Perfect.
4.4-inch barrel.
Perfect.
Night sights.
Perfect.
Which every TAC Ops has night sights on it. Box, manual, 4 mags. This is about as nice of a,
TAC
without going
pack.
into the super high-end SIGs.
The elite group.
Yeah, the elite groups. This is a wonderful gun. $949.95. Now remember, Williams is a SIG elite dealer. So you are going to see the entire line of SIG handguns and rifles at Williams Gun Sight. So whatever you want SIG-wise, they got it. Now, the number 4 gun, Jake, I'll turn it back to you because this is, again, just a classic American firearm.
Upon my, you notice that? The 2 you've covered are 2 you want.
Yeah.
The 2 I'm covering are 2 I'd like.
Oh, I would take all of them. I'm
I know
telling you,
you
it's a
would.
good list.
Number 5 will say in unison. But and today, number 4. The number 4 gun is the Ruger Red Label. This
Yes.
is not a new Red Label. This is the old Red Label. 3-inch chambered, 12-gauge over and under shotgun.
It's not a Carling Black Label?
No, sorry.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sorry.
Well, that was good
Hate
stuff.
to
you know.
burst your 1974 bubble.
Hey, Carling Black Label was enjoyable when I was 12. I was only 10 years old in 1974.
Well, I'm sorry,
I was just
1976 then.
starting to-
You're just starting to drink and smoke. 3-inch, 12-gauge, 28-inch barrels, however, fixed chokes of skeet and skeet.
Which is perfect. If that's what
Oh,
you want to do
you
with it, that's all you need.
This gun is perfect for it.
Sure is.
It just Ruger Red Label for a good American-made over and under, $1,125.
Beautiful.
There's not much more I can do to describe it. It doesn't have fancy frills. It doesn't have,
They're red
front
labels. They're
grips,
beautiful
and
guns.
it's not made in plastic.
No.
American walnut, silver receiver, blued barrels, over and under shotgun.
Manufactured the way they're supposed to be.
$1,125.
Perfect. All right.
Number 5, we had one of these on the show last week. Last week's gun is sold, and they have replaced it with a shorter model, more in my repertoire of reenacting scenes from Magnum Force.
It is the Colt Python.
A Python?
A Python. Instead of saying Python, I
It's
thought
a
I'd
Colt
say Python.
You've got to say it manly. It's a
I was going to say it like Italian, almost like Paisano.
No.
It's a Pythano.
no.
No?
You just
It's a Colt Python. I just ruined
people
it,
just
didn't
hung up the radio right
I? Yeah,
now.
click. What's that noise? Am I alone here? Hello? Now, the Colt Python.
Yes.
It doesn't get any meaner than that. 4-inch barrel, blued. This thing is fabulous. It has the word Colt on it, and then next to that it says Python.
Now, we did the same thing last week. We
Yeah.
said, really, there's no other ways to describe the Python without doing an entire show about it and the fact of what it is. Really, the pinnacle of American design in revolvers, I would describe that as.
Yes.
Nobody's come close to it since, and I don't think anybody will until Colt ever decides to remake this sometime in the future.
Which I think will be coming.
I think
I
so.
think they're going to start doing them again. They just reintroduced the Cobra.
Cobra.
No Sylvester Stallone in that Cobra. But anyways, $1,995 on this Colt Python. So that's the deal. They don't make them anymore. They're not making them anymore.
$1,995 without the box. And it doesn't have wood grips. It's got Hogue mono grips on it. If it had the wood grips, I'm going to say $2,350. If it had the box, I'd say $39.95.
You think so?
I think so.
Because it's a 4-inch blued Python?
All right. It's the most sought-after Python there is.
Now, if you don't want a Python, or if you can't afford the Python, a couple days ago when I was in there.
Sell your youngest child.
No. That's not what I'm talking about.
Oh.
What I'm talking about is the other day when I was in there, we had I looked up kind of high up on the wall on the used area. I noticed a pair of 4-inch pistols. One was a Model 29 4-inch blued 44 Magnum, and directly below it was a Model 586 blued 357.
Yep.
And
full lugs.
that 44 Magnum and that 357 was hanging there next to each other. I said, oh, let me see those.
Together,
they were outstanding.
They were probably less than that together.
They were.
Yeah.
But what a pair of handguns that was. So anything you're looking for used guns, get out to WilliamsGunSite.com. You're not going to find a bigger selection of used guns anywhere. They are the largest gun dealer in the state of Michigan. And they treat you right. A great crew of the staff out there. Say hi to Steve and Caitlin, the whole crew. They're all just great folks. And of course, the ranges will be a little funky today because they do have, of course, CPL classes going on. So some of the ranges will be closed for a short time. But the skeet and trap fields are open. The indoor ranges will be in and out of being open. So it's just going to be a great time. Now, we got Mike Gaylord coming up here in just a minute with Everything Classic. We got to get out of here. But we appreciate your time this Saturday. Jacob, you're not sticking around for the I Can Build That show?
I have to go to work.
You got to be at Starline Kitchen and Bath?
I have a real job I have to attend to.
Okay, all right. I'll be here playing. But I'll be back in an hour after the Mike Gaylord show, which is Everything Classic. If you want to talk about antiques, you can.
I hope everybody who wanted their tickets last week, we got them out in the mail to them.
Good.
Also, we hope that the two people that got shirts got them and appreciate those, and the shirts and cigars. If you want to get a hold of us during the week, you can find us on Facebook at The Gunsmith Show. You can follow us on Twitter at Gunsmith Show.
Right.
Our website's thegss.com, and our email is shooter@thegss.com.
All right, well, get out to the range, folks. Do some shooting, have some fun, and be responsible Americans. Learn how to shoot and teach youngsters how to do it properly. We'll be back next week, same time, same place, right here on AM 1470 and WLCO, Lapeers Country. Have a great week, everybody. I'm John.
I'm Jake.
See you next week.
WFNT Flint.